Welcome to the ITSM Practice Podcast.
Welcome to the ITSM Practice. I'm Luigi Ferri, your host. Today we are diving deep into a crucial issue in cybersecurity. Are we putting our security at risk by depending too much on cybersecurity vendors? In a era where digital threats are omnipresent, many businesses heavily invest in cybersecurity services. But this dependence raises a critical question. Are these external services truly bolstering our defenses, or are they creating new weaknesses? Let's consider the typical strategy where organizations deploy multiple solutions from various vendors. On the surface, this seems like a comprehensive approach to security. After all, more solutions should equate to better protection, right? However, this approach can lead to complex security architectures that are difficult to manage. Are we constructing a solid defense system, or are we unintentionally creating vulnerabilities through complexity? IT security is not built solely by creating layers of tools around the systems you want to protect. IT security starts with design and processes. You must not delegate your IT security processes to a vendor's software features. Furthermore, consider the extensive amount of sensitive information exchanged between your company and its cybersecurity providers. Each interaction with these services increases the potential for data exposure. I'm trying to protect our assets. Could we actually be putting them at greater risk? It's crucial to evaluate the protocols in place for data handling and ensure that vendors adhere to highest standards of security and confidentiality. What do I mean? Work with them and try to understand their real IT security maturity. IT security questionnaire or an ISO 27001 certification gives you an idea of their minimal capabilities. But only by working together you can understand if they are as mature as your organization. Vendor lock-in is another significant area of concern. Deep integration with specific vendors' technologies can make transitioning to other providers not only technically challenging, but also risky or impossible. Does this dependency reduce our agility and hinder innovation? In my experience, for instance, I was involved in the implementation of a Tier 1 custom tools for managing the IT security side of payment transactions. My mistake was building this solution using a third-party software development team instead of an expensive vendor, which led the organization to rely on this software house for years because their platform became a core component of several products. The cost and effort associated with the switching vendors can be substantial, potentially hindering the adoption of newer, more effective technologies. Additionally, in the event of a security breach, the myriad of involved vendors can lead to confusion and delayed responses due to unclear accountability. If you don't have, like the majority of us, a specific contract with a vendor, you will find yourself submitting tickets to customer care chatbots or level 0 support and trying to understand what happened. In such critical situations, clear responsibility is essential but often scrambled by the complex relationships with the multiple vendors. A well-defined incident response plan that clearly delineates the roles and the responsibilities of each vendor can mitigate this risk, but it requires rigorous planning, coordination, a substantial budget for professional services. Let's not overlook the financial implications. The cost of engaging multiple cybersecurity vendors can be staggering. While it's vital to invest in robust security measures, organizations must balance this with the need for financial prudence. Are we getting good value for our money, or are we just spending more without improving security? Moreover, reliance on external vendors can sometimes lead to a false sense of security. Companies might become lazy, thinking their cybersecurity needs are completely taken care of by their vendors. However, IT security is a process, and cybersecurity is a shared responsibility. Internal teams must remain vigilant, continuously monitor systems, and stay updated on the latest threats and mitigation strategies. It's also important to consider the strategic alignment between your organization and its security vendors. Do these vendors understand your business' unique challenges and objectives? A one-size-fits-all approach to IT security is rarely effective. Tailored solutions that align with your specific needs and risk profile are essential for optimal protection. Therefore, it's essential to critically evaluate: is our reliance on external cybersecurity solutions a well-considered strategy, or might be a potential oversight? Are we equipped to manage our security needs internally if necessary? Most importantly, does outsourcing our cybersecurity really protect us, or does it bring hidden risks? As we conclude today's episode, I invite you to think about the balance between external cybersecurity assistance and internal control over your digital defenses. Is your strategy effectively safeguarding your operations, or is it merely a superficial layer of security? Do you have a business strategy to support your IT security strategy? Reflect on your current practices, identify areas for improvement, and strive for a balanced approach that leverages the strength of both internal capabilities and external expertise. Thank you for joining today's discussion on the ITSM practice. I encourage you to engage with me on LinkedIn or respond directly to this podcast. I'm Luigi Ferri, inviting you to carefully scrutinize your cybersecurity strategy and consider its impact. Until our next conversation, stay alert and proactive in managing your IT security. Arrivederci.